Alrighty guys, welcome to another trade recap. If it is the first time that you are on my channel, my name is Nick. I am a day trader trading the 5-minute chart every single day, and I trade indices, forex, crypto, commodities. Whenever I see a setup that matches my playbook, I am in the market. So I focus mainly on the opening of the London session, because that's when, in my opinion, the volume coming out of the Asia session. For clarification, the blue overlay, this is the Asia session, and then coming out of that Asia session going into London, there's always a spike, there's always volume coming in the market. Now, in today's setup or in today's trade on US 30, it's very interesting because so many things were lining up. So many things were aligned. The picture, in my opinion, was very, very clear, and it was a great trade. Now, you guys have heard maybe the saying of the trend is your friend. And I do agree to a certain point that, of course, trading with the structure is always great. You can also trade against the overall structure as long as you're aware of that. And you can also get good scalps out of this. So I like to do both things. But of course, whenever the market gives me an opportunity to trade with the structure, that's the best thing in my opinion. These are my biggest winners whenever I can trade with the structure. So now, how do we start? I start on the higher time frame. With my analysis, the daily time frame is not relevant today, but the 1 hour time frame is very relevant, of course. That's where I do my higher time frame analysis. Now, it's very important to point that out. I do not use the higher time frame for a directional bias. I use the higher time frame to look at supply and demand zones, to look at support and resistance zones. I like to see breakouts on the 1 hour and anticipate the pullback on the 5-minute, for example. So somewhat I do use it for a directional bias, but I don't necessarily focus that much on the direction. I look more so at what I just mentioned, at these structural points. That's why I don't say that I trade with the 1 hour direction, I trade with the 1 hour structure. That makes more sense to me to scalp the markets every single day. Now, what do I see over here? Just when you look at this Asia session, I can see that we had a massive push to the upside. The price came back nicely over here, and then it pushed again to the upside. Now, for those that are familiar with breakouts, pullbacks and all, you can see over here a nice little trend line, okay? Could also draw one like that. You see this nice consolidation. Some would call this a flag also, a flag pattern. This is the pole, this is the flag. And then the market broke out of this flag, briefly pulled back the first time, pushed again, pulled back the second time. Okay, I like to trade first or second pullbacks after a breakout. Okay, so let me quickly do this a bit nice. Something like that, and then we go on to the 5-minute, just to show you what I'm seeing. So let's align this a little bit better over here. This is nice, looking good. So what can we see? We can see a beautiful consolidation, a breakout of the consolidation, a mini 5-minute consolidation, and the breakout of this as well. Okay, pretty cool. We have over here this 5-minute consolidation, okay, where the market also broke out of. Now, bear in mind, all of this happened in Asia session, okay? Now, from a key level perspective, from a support and resistance perspective, I used for today's trade, I was looking at all of this. I was looking at this, and I see a swing high. I see this. I see the price pushing up, and I see the price aggressively changing its direction right here. So this, in my opinion, is a swing high. This is an important level to me. There must be something, there must be a resistance level, as we have seen multiple times in the past. When you go to the left, there must be something for price to turn around aggressively. So this was definitely of importance to me. And what was also of importance to me was this level over here. Here, market turned around, came down, pushed a bit to the upside, and then came down again. So somewhere where this small 5-minute consolidation is, somewhere over here, there must be an important level as well. And if the market pushes to the upside, that's how I think usually. If the market pushes to the upside, I look to the left and I find that this could be also a key level up here. Okay, why? Because here we clearly rejected this 4 times. We had this fake breakout, immediately slammed back down. So there must be something there as well. Because bear in mind, on the 5 minute, if you are a scalper, a 5 minute, you don't hold the trade for like ages and ages and ages. You're in and out quick, right? So that's what I kind of saw, okay? Now, very interesting. What happened? The market broke out of this flag pattern. It made this consolidation, broke out again, pulled back once, pulled back twice, back to this consolidation. It pulled back. Now just think about it. You have a breakout followed by a consolidation, another breakout that pulls back to this consolidation. So logically, you are looking for another push to the upside. Okay, so for me, the overall picture, the higher time frame and the overall picture was lining up pretty well. We have, from a structural perspective, nice support and resistance, like a support and resistance level over here. We have one over here. The higher time or the higher structure looked very bullish. So what do? I am looking for playbook setups at this level over here. At this support level or this resistance that turned into support, that's where I am looking at playbook setups. Now, one of these playbook setups is, for example, a head and shoulder setup. I like to see head and shoulders pattern. Now you can see, look at the timestamp on the bottom. So this was at 8:50 UK time, sorry, not 8:50 UK time, no, 8:50 UK time, yeah. So this was at 8:50 UK time, my bad. Then over here we have the 9 o'clock candle, that's when the market opens, or at 8:55. Then here we have the 9 o'clock candle when the market opens. Now what can we see over here? We can see that the price pushes down 8:50, 8:55, it finds support on this consolidation, which in my opinion is also a demand zone. Demand because aggressive buying comes out of it. So this is demand zone. 8:55, 9 o'clock, the market pushes to the upside, aggressively to the upside. And here it gets very interesting. And here, in my opinion, a lot of people, a lot of retail traders are getting stopped out because they're too greedy. They're not patient enough. Now, what do I mean with that? I mean that whenever I enter into a position, I like to see a trap first. I like to see that the market is stopping out people, and then I only want to enter. Now, what do I mean? I mean, for example, if retail traders or some retail traders that see this push to the upside, they see this nice 9 o'clock candle pushing to the upside aggressively, coming down here to this demand, pushing aggressively to the upside. So I'm pretty sure that some people went long as soon as this candle, the 905 candle breaks the high. I'm sure some people went long over here. They put their position like that. They open here, they put their stop loss. If they risk a candle, they put their stop loss below here, below this long, huge candle. Now, my rules tell me that I'm not trading the 9 o'clock opening candle, nor do I trade, or nor do I enter after huge candles. I don't like to enter after huge candles. Now, what happened next? What happened next, and you can see it for yourself. What happened next is that the price, in fact, came all the way down here and stopped out everybody who went long over here and who risked that candle. So these people got stopped out. Then what also happens? Well, for those that like demand and supply, you have over here a supply zone. You have over here aggressive selling. Look at these two aggressive bars to the downside. So I'm pretty sure that some people were even looking at the short position. Why? Because look, the market comes into the supply once, comes into the supply twice, here tries to go up, cannot anymore, and then pushes to the downside, going below this candle. So some people most likely shorted the market right here, with the goal maybe of down here or whatever. However, what happens is the following. And that's now where it becomes interesting, and that's now where you have to start understanding patterns. Even though you have all these traps and all these action going on, the market failed to close below this left shoulder. If you look at it from a head and shoulder perspective, this is the head, this is the left shoulder, and never the market managed to close below here. The wicks went below, right? People got trapped, people got stopped at, but the market never managed to close below this left shoulder. It never managed. And that's a huge indication for me that A, people are getting stopped out, people are getting trapped, plus we have a can't close setup. We cannot close below this left shoulder. Okay, that's what I like to see. So when I saw this huge candle to the downside pulling all the way back up, that was for me the sign that people are getting stopped out, where I was like, okay, now I'm looking for a long position, because we are at this key level. The higher time frame structure is in our favor. We are bullish. We have this nice breakout consolidation, breakout pullback situation with the demand all lines up. We are right at this key level. Traps, keep this in mind, traps often make you believe that you should sell into support or buy into resistance. And if you're not aware of this, or of this concept, or this mistake, Google it and you will see that this is the biggest mistake people can do, to buy into resistance and to sell into support. So I see this multiple can close trap setup over here. So I was ready to go long as soon as the price goes above this. But the price did not go above this. In fact, the price gave us another wick over here and it pushed to the downside, followed by another trap. Now, people that shorted the first time over here and that did not get stopped out, for example, they might re-short this over here. They might short or add more to their position, or others are joining and they're shorting here because it looks like the market goes to the downside. But before you know it, the market just fakes the wick and pushes above and gives us a nice engulf candle in the direction which we wanted. So I went long right here, put my stop loss below. My first target was here, this swing high, this lonely swing high, the lonely ranger, how I like to call it, 1 hour swing high. That was my first target over here, and the second target was, let me quickly load the chart, and the second target was right up here. So I gave a bit more room because it was a 3-to-1 trade, yeah. So I took my profit about here. And that was it, guys. And that is literally it for the day from my side. We had a successful formation of the right shoulder, including multiple traps, can close setup, and that was it. That was literally it. And I got a 3-to-1 risk to reward out of this, or almost 3-to-1, 2.99, and was very happy with that trade. It was super clean in my eyes. Now, I just want to recap all of this because we have so many things that are lining up and that come together. On the 1 hour, we have a clear direction. We have a nice flag with a breakout into a 5-minute consolidation, into another breakout, and a nice pullback. I like to trade either the first pullback or the second. So we clearly came back here, beautiful. We happened also to be at this support or resistance level, at this key level over here. We happen to be at this key level. Now what happened was that we formed a pattern, an inverted head and shoulder at this key level, giving us my entry condition, which is the traps. I want basically I want to see how people are buying or selling into the key level. Right? So again, I repeat, if you have a support level, I want to see how somebody sells into it and gets stopped out. If you have a resistance level, I want to see how somebody buys into the key level, gets stopped out, and then price reverses. And that's exactly what we had today. A beautiful, beautiful setup, and took this massive trade, traded with the structure. But you can also see that afterwards, once the price reached up here, it miserably failed and went to the downside. But I was out of this market, didn't hold any longer, not interested in that. Also, this is within the first 40 minutes. Over here, this is within the first 40 minutes, which is my window to trade. I only trade the first 40 minutes, and that's it. So yeah, that's what I saw today, guys. And I hope this helps you somehow. I know there are a lot of things that were lining up today, a lot of small things to look at. But then again, if you want to day trade professionally, if you want to scalp the markets every single day, you need to look for small hunches to get as much confluence as possible to build your setup, to build your play, and then you can execute and of course trade successfully. So if you like that video, please like and subscribe to the channel. I try to post every single day trade recaps, scalping the markets every single day regardless. And thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Hope to see you soon again. Wishing you a great day ahead and take care of yourself.